On a sunny afternoon, the project staff gathered inside the site office while keeping an eye on the ongoing work outside. At first, everything seems calm and under control. However, behind the routine activities, small signs of negligence began to surface, creating a subtle tension that could lead to serious consequences.
Budi, you filled this project equipment checklist data 2 weeks ago. Why you don't update it yet? This is so far outside the standard operational procedure.
Oh yeah, I was busy working on supplier documents and weekly progress reports. Just relax. Besides, all tools are okay. They're still being used.
Okay. Are you really sure without checking it yourself, but QC cannot just guessing or assume. You know, a small negligence can become a big accident. The checklist must be renewed at least once a week. That's a strict rule, Budi.
Chill guy, don't be so tense. Everything is calm on set 2. No one getting injury. Besides, if someone was broke, the worker would have to report it. Preventionally, because nothing has happened yet, doesn't mean we can let our work done. Safety is essential about prevention, not reaction. After accident, of course, remember our goal. Zero accident tomorrow morning. Let's all ahead to decide. We will double check all equipment, sign and work area condition. Everything must complete with the standard.
Well, not. I promise I will join tomorrow and help take notes. I will prioritize this.
The next day, the project continues as usual, but some responsibilities remain neglected. Without proper updates and inspections, unseen risks start to grow. Suddenly, an unexpected accident breaks the calm, turning the ordinary workday into a moment of urgency and panic.
Sir, someone just fell.
Oh no! He slips near the casting area. The floor is super slippery.
Where the cushion slippery floor? Same. I don't see it. It's been fed since last week. Haven't had the chance to replace it.
Oh no, that's part of the area checklist, but I haven't updated yet.
Sinta helped with first aid. Raka rescue the surrounding area. Budi write up the incident chronology and submit the report by this afternoon.
Get it. I need help lifting his leg so I can wipe it.
Alright, slowly now.
I'll go get the incident form. I really hope it's not serious.
Focus boot. Let's handle this first. Then we'll evaluate.
It's red. He says his knee is hard, but he can move it a little.
Well, take him to shed clinic to get checked properly. Raka help with transport. Okay, I prep the vehicle.
Hanging there. We are taking you somewhere safe.
Budi, on this is saddle. We are gathering the team. We need to review the SOP and update the checklist. Nothing shall be missed again.
See? Don't wait for an accident before updating the data.
Yeah, my bad. I don't want something like this to happen again.
After the incident has been handled and the workers are given time to rest, the project team regroups the following morning. With a clearer mindset, they begin a thorough site inspection. This time, every detail matters as they aim to prevent mistakes from happening again.
Alright, let's start the inspection. We'll focus on the trees area work equipment safety, sign and waste management.
First, work equipment. Welding machine. The last test that was over 2 weeks ago. Next, extension cable. Damaged installation. Needs replacing. Next, grinder. The disc guard is loose. And last, safety helmets. 3 have cracks on the inside. These are all priority findings.
Got it. I'll mark the unsafe tools in red. I'll ask the QC team to replace damaged units.
Good. Now let's move on to safety sign.
In the steel cutting area, the safety glasses required sign is half faded. On the scaffolding area, there's no do not climb when wet warning. And near the generator, the high noise area, where earplugs sign is covered by project banner.
I can fix those today. We got spare thing in the warehouse. Reinstall them right away and take photo for the audit report.
Lastly, waste management. On the north side, wood waste is mixed with scrap metal, hasn't been sorted. Behind the office project, the liquid waste drum is full, but not properly sealed.
I'll add a recommendation: separate organic and inorganic waste, and label each waste container. I'll also help create a daily disposal format.
Excellent. Now that's what I call tool infection. Today data will be our benchmark against the last audit.
Later that morning, the team gathers in the meeting room for an internal audit session. Past data and recent findings are laid out for comparison and evaluation. This meeting becomes a crucial step in understanding how outdated information can affect safety and decision making on site.
Good morning everyone. Thanks for attention this internal audit session. Object today is to review the last inspection, finding to compare them with the previous data that had not been updated. We will focus on 4 key areas: equipment, checklist, safety signal, incident record, and waste disposal management. Let's begin.
I will start with the equipment checklist. According to the previous data, 3 tools were not inspected during the last cycle. However, based on our latest field inspection, we have verified 10 tools in total. Out of those 10, 4 tools were found unfit for use, including a welding machine overdue for its performance tool, a damaged extension cable, a loose grinder, disc guard, and several safety helmets with internal cracks.
I have updated all these findings in the new checklist format. The unit's tools are marked in red, and I've sent replacement requests to the QC support team. The next checklist system also includes a daily inspection column to avoid delays in the future.
Good. The improvement is significant, but we must ensure consistently no equipment should go uninspected again. Moving on safety signet, previous data indicate that web safety signs were faded or misplaced. During yesterday inspection, we found 4 signet need replaced. For example, the safety glass required signal was half fed, the scaffolding stair has no wiring, sing at all, and the high noise area. Sing near the generator was covered by a banner.
Those signs have been replaced with new ones. All installations have been documented with photos for audit evidence.
Excellent. Clear signet is essential to preventing incident. We need to make sure the sign remain visible and reliable at all times. Okay, next. Let's review the incident record. Our previous data show no recent incident report. But yesterday we had one sleep accident near the casting area to a missing sleeping floor. Saying this means the previous record was incomplete and did not reflect actual set condition.
Yes, I admit the incident section was not updated. A liar. I have now added yesterday incident report, including the chronology for added actions and contribution factors. I will monitor incident data more closely from now on.
We must emphasize that the missing Earth signal was a direct contributing factor. This incident should serve a reminder that outdated data can create the real hazard. Agree. From today forward, incident report must be intimate and accurate.
Regarding waste disposal, the previous report indicated the waste separations was not yet implemented. In the new inspection, we found wood waste mixed with scrap metal, and the liquid waste drum behind the office was full and improperly sealed.
I have included the recommendation in the new report, separating organic and inorganic waste, labeling each disposal bin properly, and creating a daily waste disposal law.
I will ensure that the housekeeping team is informed and that the waste bins are empty regularly. Proper waste management is not only about cleanliness but also safety and environmental compliance. To summarize, 1. Equipment inspection has improved significantly, but monitoring must be consistent. 2. Safety signal has been replaced and must be checked quickly. 3. Incident reporting must be timely and complete. 4. Waste disposal requires strict supervision and address to the new system. I want all update data submit by the end of today. Our next audit will ask this new report as the baseline. Thank you everyone. Let's keep improving our safety performance.
With lesson learned from previous events, the team started the day with a safety morning briefing. Standing together on site, they focused on awareness, discipline, and responsibility. This moment marks a renewed commitment to safety, reminding everyone that prevention is always better than reaction.
Good morning everyone. Before we start today's activities, we will have to short safety briefing. Our focus today is on safety sign, proper use of PPE, and waste segregation on site. Please listen careful because these points are essential for everyone's safety.
Okay guys, let's start with safety signs. As you all know, we installed several new signs yesterday because some of the previous ones were faded or covered. We want to remind you what each color means. Red sign means strict prohibitions. For example, no smoking or do not enter. Yellow signs give a hazard warning, like caution, slippery floor, or danger, overhead work. Blue signs are mandatory. They tell you what you must do or wear, such as wear safety helmet, use ear protection, or safety shoes required. Please don't just pass by them without noticing. Those signs are there because incidents can happen anytime.
That's right. Yesterday, sleep accident happened partly because a safety sign had failed. This is remember for all of us. Even a small thing can prevent a big accident. So far, today onward, if you see any unclear or damaged safety sign, report it immediately to Raka or Sinta. We want zero accident and that start with awareness. Now let's talk about PPE, personal protective equipment. I keep seeing some workers removing their helmet or glove when they feel uncomfortable. I understand. The PPE can feel heavy or hot, but remember this. PPE protect you only if you wear it. Helmet protect you head from falling object. Safety boot prevent crash injuries. Glove protect you hand from sharp edges, and mask protect you from dust. Even if you think you are doing maybe just a small task, PPE must still be worn properly.
Don't forget, PPA is not just for complaint. It's for your safety and your family who expects you to return home safely every day. Starting today, I will also update to PPA checklist every afternoon so we can track damage, missing or expired equipment. If your helmet or boots are cracked, tell the QC team so they can be replaced immediately.
Okay, next, let's discuss waste segregation. Recently, we found that wood waste was mixed with scrap metal, and the liquid waste behind the office was full. This is dangerous and also violates environmental regulations. On this side, we now separate waste into three categories. First, organic or biodegradable waste. Second, inorganic waste such as plastic, metals, and glass. Third, hazardous waste like chemical containers, oil, or solvents. Each category has its own labeled container. Please follow the labels carefully.
Proper waste segregation help keep our work site clean and safe. When waste is mixed, worker can trip, slip, or get injury by sharp objects. Liquid waste that slip can cause contaminant and health hazard. So, whenever you dispose of anything, make sure you place it the correct container. Small action can make the set safer for everyone. Alright, before we finish, doesn't anyone have a question about safety saying PPA or waste disposal? If the waste bins are full, who should we report it to? Good question. You can report it to me, Budi, or the housekeeping team. We will arrange the disposal immediately. Don't leave waste laying around.
Also, remember that if you see any unsafe condition, slippery floor, broken tools, loose cables, report it immediately. Safety starts with awareness, and every worker plays a role.
Exactly. Let's keep the site clean, follow the sign, wear your PPE, and stay alert. We want everyone to work safely and return home safely.
Thank you, everyone. Let's stay disciplined and responsible. Safety is not just the safety of his job. It's everyone's responsibility. Have a safe and productive day.